Who is me? Heck, I don't know. My name is Emily Rose. I am a voice actress. I graduated in January of 2020, so it's
Congrats.
thank you. It
Oh,
was a while ago, and I'm finally gonna get my graduation photos taken. Finally doing that. It's going to be very witchy themed. I don't like the norm of just rayon shiny graduation
graduation gap.
robes.
Yeah.
I don't like them. Also, if I'm gonna have to buy a graduation robe on Amazon, I'm just gonna get, like, a witch's cloak.
Yeah, something you can use,
Yeah, something
like,
I will use later.
oh, I like that kind of allegory. You're a
Yeah.
witch.
Yeah. I know too much. You gotta put me on a stake and gotta burn me with all of my knowledge. I'm gonna overthrow the patriarchy, guys. The sorcery. Oh no, my womanly knowledge, my womanly skill and confidence cannot be trusted. My DM is my mother. She tells me what to do and what not to do.
And when I don't listen to her, there's consequences.
Oh, yes. Very hard to be a DM. So I applaud all of the DMs out there. I was writing some things and then I showed my friend and he was like, your energy is great, sport." I was, okay, I'll try again. Like, why don't you love me, mom? I'm a stay-at-home witch, with my own familiar. Um, and a stay-at-home cat mom for now. And, what else about me? A strikingly fantastic liberal. And I'm just here to watch the patriarchy burn. Yep,
How does the patriarchy like being on the stake for once?
exactly. And the steak medium rare, smothered in A1 sauce.
First question. Given a choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want to have as a dinner guest?
Very good question. This answer would be Kelly Sheridan. You have probably not heard of her unless you are a fan of Barbie and or My Little Pony. She is a very, very talented voice actress who I grew up listening to because I love Barbie movies and everything about them. I want to say I was 4 when I started watching Barbie movies, and I still watch them today because they just bring me so much joy. And they teach really good life lessons. And I think Kelly Sheridan was like a big part of that because through Barbie, she taught me like what good values a good person has. And I've always admired that. And also she's the reason that I wanted to become a voice actress because I kind of wanted to be put in like her shoes of being able to inspire like the next generation of young girls to be confident in themselves and to like know what to look for in like a good friendship and all of that. Also, she lives in Canada, so I'd probably never really get to meet her unless we were going to dinner. Also, I'm new to Twitter because I'm a grandma. But I looked up her Twitter and she was just posting all of these pro LGBTQ and like go out and vote and all this positive stuff. And I was like, ah, another witch, another talented, talented lady here to smash the patriarchy.
Would you like to be famous and in what way?
Well, looking at my previous answer, yes, I would like to be famous, but voice actress famous, where you know my voice and not my face. So I can go like grocery shopping. Or if you've seen those videos of Tara Strong, sometimes does these videos where she like surprises fans doing like Timmy Turner or Harley Quinn or Bubbles. And the fans are like, "Oh my gosh, it's you!" I really want to do that. I want to make someone's day just by talking to them. Also, I wanna be that person that you watch on the Saturday morning cartoons, on shows like Teen Titans or, Winx Club, shows like that. Cause reiterating my previous point, I want to inspire the younger generation to be great and be wonderful and full of good, good values. Tear just rolled down your cheek, I'm sure.
I just picture like a moment where you're at the coffee shop waiting in line, not being bothered. But once you put in your order and they hear your voice, like, oh my God,
Oh my
you're
gosh,
you.
I was like, "Yep, please give me my chai latte." That happened to me once, but it wasn't for my voice. It was more so for my face, which
You do
I
have a face.
I have one of those. I grew it myself, but I was working and these boys were like, "Hey, hey." And I was like, "Yes." They were like, "Were you in Captain Marvel?" And I was like, "No." And then they were, like, glancing down at their phone and glancing back up at me, and I was like, "Do they think I'm Brie Larson?" Because that is, like, the
Oh.
kindest thing that anyone's ever not said to me. I was like, "Thanks," and they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure Brie Larson is not working at Disneyland." I love children,
Right?
like, not in a creepy way, but I realized how much joy children bring into my life working at Disneyland, and now that I don't work there because Disneyland doesn't really do anything right now, there's just this gap of joy, and it was Halloween, and I was roller skating with, my sister's roller skating friends, and we're all wearing masks, and we are being very safe, and, like, all these kids were, like, coming out of their house, getting ready to go trick or treating, and there's this little girl in an Alice costume outside of her house, and she was, like, waving to us. She was,
Aw.
like, saying, like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hi, Alice," and she was like, "Ah!" I was like, "Oh my gosh, I miss my job." Yeah, I don't miss anything else about my job other than that.
Because you can't interact with kids like that,
No,
like,
you
just
can't, cause then you're
at the
just
grocery
creepy.
store. Yeah. Like,
I
"Hi!" And they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, don't wave at my
Don't
kid."
look at me. Yeah. I wanna call a little girl a princess just one more time, 'cause the light that it brings to their eyes, oh, it makes my day, especially when you do it to a teen, when you call someone like, "Hi,
Right?
princess," and they're, like, 16, they're just like, "You can still call me that legally?" And I was like, "Yes, you're still a princess," and then they
Rem
get so happy.
I remember one time this little boy was dressed as Rapunzel, and I called him a princess, and the mom said, "Oh, he's a boy." I was like, "I see that he's a boy, but he's a princess today." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And she lit up again. And I was like, "He put in this effort to be a princess today."
Exactly, he deserves to be a princess.
Yeah.
Give him this, mom, come
Yeah.
on.
You're
Take
at
your gender roles
Disneyland.
and throw them away. Smash the patriarchy!
Before making a phone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say and
Yes.
why?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I have learned in the past 2 years especially is that I have bad anxiety. I didn't know what it was until the past 2 years ago. Discussing this with my roommate, I was like, "Yeah, I don't like calling people on the phone. I get really stressed when people, like, tell me to do multiple things at a time." She was like, "You have anxiety, you should probably get meds for that." And I was like, "Oh, you're right, I do." But always growing up, whenever me or my sister had to call someone, my sister would be like, "Okay, we're gonna write down what we have to say, and then you're gonna follow the script." And I was like, "Okay, I can do that." And then I called them, and they said hello, and then I hung up. And then I tried again later.
Line.
Can I have my next line? I did successfully. I did go through it in my head though. I called Kaiser because I needed my medication. I was like, "Okay, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say, 'Please give me my meds. It's been 2 weeks.'" They're always so nice at the other end that I have nothing to worry about. I can do this all the time, and then the next time I need to call someone, I'm just like, "Nope, this is the devil's work." When I was calling Kaiser, before I even picked up the phone, I was like, "I have my Kaiser card. I have my prescription number. I don't need anything else. I'm pretty sure. Okay, this is what I need." And so when she was like, "Can I have your Kaiser card?" And I was like, "Yes, you can. It's in my hand. I'm prepared."
Oh, no, that's your A Kaiser card. We need subsection 12
We
Kaiser
need
card.
your secret Kaiser card that came in the mail to you 15 years ago. Did you not receive that?
Did you not hold on to it? Is it not stapled to your
Is
forearm?
it was implanted into your brain. Come on. I honestly did not memorize my social security number until age 20. I remember because we were doing a union vote at work. And then they were like, "Can I have the last 4 digits of your social security number?" Because my name wasn't on the list for some reason. And I was like, "Yes, yes, you can definitely have that." Right after I called my mother, I was like, "Mom, I don't know what it is." She's
They're
like, "You are 20 years of age, ma'am." I was
they're
like, "Yeah."
definitely suspicious of you if you did that. "Can I get your social security?"
I just have to go steal one, and I'll be right back.
What would you constitute as a perfect day for you?
A perfect day. Waking up. I know this is crazy.
That's a good way to start the day.
Yeah,
Most
waking
people
up
who don't
at
wake up.
just downhill from there, and down under from there too as well. Grave jokes. My perfect day would probably be waking up at 8 a.m., packing a picnic, going to hike through a forest to a waterfall. That is a hike that does exist, and it is one of my favorites. Reading a Nancy Drew book, and then going home, eating a nice warm dinner, taking a bath, and then sleeping. That would be my perfect day because it involves everything I love: nature, water, food, then book, and a good old mystery. I've been on a kick to read all of the Nancy Drew books. So far, I'm on number 13. That's my perfect day, especially with a hot bath and a bath bomb. And some candles in the background. Perfect. Maybe that's what I'll do today. Yeah.
When did you last sing to yourself or to someone else?
Last time I sang with someone else. Me and my roommate were trying to go on that lovely, lovely hike through a forest to the waterfall. It was closed. But whenever I drive in the car, I always like turning on musicals, Disney songs, because I love singing in the car. I was never one to sing in the car growing up because I didn't like being judged. Not that my parents judged me, but I have anxiety. So, I think it was on Monday. Last time I sang with someone was Monday, and I think last time I sang by myself was Tuesday. I'm trying to record myself singing with my microphone so I can hear it, play it back, and be like, oh, this is what I need to fix. Because I was planning on I was taking singing lessons this year. I had a whole bunch of things I was going to do this year, and one of them included singing lessons. So I was taking it from this very, very talented man. And then COVID happened, and they were like, well, can't really see you now anymore. And I was like, that's true. So I've just been trying to do it myself. Good old fashioned YouTube. Yeah. Doing our best with what we're given.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
I would say the mind. Because it's easier to fix the body than it would be the mind. Because the mind is so it's so difficult to go in there and fix things. But the body, you're just like, oh, is your knee hurting? Put a slap on knee brace. And it's a lot cheaper, I would assume, to fix your body as opposed to fixing a mental problem in your brain.
The slap on knee brace. I was thinking of like those slap wristbands.
That'd be great.
Go to the
That'd be
doctors and they just
fantastic.
hit you with something like the cast slaps on.
That's the future. This is the future liberal squad. Also, I've been watching a lot of Miss Marple, and she is let's call her a senior sleuth. She's rather old. She was created by Agatha Christie, and the BBC made a lovely TV show about her. When I get old, I also want to be a sleuth and solve mysteries about murder. So, if she can do it when she's 70 or whatever, her mind is sharp as a tack. So, I think a mind is a good thing to have. Beauty is fleeting, mind is forever.
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
If I am not killed by said murderer in the case I'm investigating, I I hope to die of old age, surrounded by people who love me. That is hopefully how I will die. Or it'll be a scandal and I'll be murdered for my money. But I'll leave clues around so my great-granddaughter can eventually find my will. And everything, plot twist, goes to her.
That's the sequel to Knives Out.
Oh, yes, it is.
But instead of the knives being the backdrop, it's those slap-on casts and knee brace.
Yeah. My invention. This is how I got all of my money. Your knee hurting? Slap it. Your wrist hurting? Slap it.
I mean, you die before the lawsuits come in. No, those did way more damage.
They'll never catch me in my grave, Kappas.
Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
I don't have a partner per se. I do have a roommate who's my best friend and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's not my sister, but basically she is. We've been friends since 7th grade.
You guys are sisters in so many ways other than you can't share a kidney.
Exactly. That'll come up later in my mystery novel. Who stole my kidney?
Missing a kidney? Slap it.
So that's how I died. 3 things that me and her name is Heather, so I'm just gonna call her Heather. We both like the same TV shows. We have to because we live in a studio apartment. We both like cosplaying. We both like cooking in an aspect. I like baking and she likes cooking with like food.
That's the perfect team up.
I make the dessert, she makes the dinner.
Or
Great.
like those meat pie things, that's a different team effort. Like you make the crust,
Oh,
I make the yeah.
I watched a lot of Great British Bake Off in quarantine. And I'm valid.
The funny thing to me is whenever they critique them, like, oh, it's a little gammy here. It's a little,
Soggy bottom.
yeah. They have their terms
Yeah.
for it. If it weren't for the accent, it'd sound like baby talk. It's a little nushy. It's a little
Back there.
fang jingy. And you're like, what? What? I don't know what that is.
You British people talk so weird. Stop it.
and and then you see like the contestants like tearing up, like, oh man,
He gave me
America's
a handshake.
and like America's all about like, oh, I'm gonna tear into this poor person who
Yeah, I'm gonna make him feel bad.
right, who's trying to achieve their dreams. So if you and your partner were to go onto a cooking show, what would your ideal dish be then?
I wanna say like a salmon with some roasted vegetables, cause I'm very good at cooking, like, the fish and the
Hmm.
meat, cause she always gets so scared. We usually eat, like, fake burgers or, like, fake meat burgers.
Oh, like the Beyond Meat?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
love that.
They taste so good, they're the same, but they create less
Carbon footprint.
gases.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Um, which I greatly appreciate. So we usually eat that, but when we do happen to eat, we usually eat fish because if you do it right, fishing has a minimal impact on the nature. So we'll eat salmon and stuff, and I'm pretty good at cooking salmon.
For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
I'm grateful that I don't have to worry about the big things in life. Like, will I be able to eat today? Will I have somewhere to sleep? Or does my family love me? Because I know a lot of people are struggling with those specific things right now. I don't take those for granted. And I appreciate that my family loves me and supports me. Especially my mom helped a lot when I was in college, partially paying for my rent. She's the reason that I still live in my nice little apartment. I'm especially grateful for that they haven't made me move back in with them.